Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by to check out our first video. This is the first in a hopefully series of Thrift Twins videos. I'm Cheryl. I am the slightly West Coast, although not quite all the way one.
And I'm Charmaine. I am the all the way at the East Coast one. So here in YYT, out to YYC.
C.
Excellent.
Yeah. Otherwise known as St. John's to Calgary. And so we thought we've taken a few attempts at putting this video together. We had a fabulous chat that lasted for 40 minutes that had no audio. That was attempt one. And then we did a voiceover style with lots of photos and stuff. And that was a little bit wonky because unless you know us well or know us personally, you basically have no idea whose voice is whose. Yeah?
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
So, I mean, we knew, but you guys wouldn't know.
But that was it.
So here we are with third time's a charm, maybe. So the idea that we started with was I was watching YouTube on a Saturday morning with coffee, as you do, and I sent Charmaine a link to a video by Abby of Well Loved, and because I just thought she would enjoy it, and I said, you know, you might really like her videos. Her thrift flips are a lot of fun. She just thrifts things and totally reinvents them. And how did that conversation end up going?
Well, with that conversation went, I watched it and it was great and I enjoyed it. And I thought, why don't I have a YouTube channel? And then so I sent that message to you and you were like, I don't know, why don't you? And then my second thought was, well, wait a minute, why don't we have a YouTube channel? And in my brain, I was like, well, I would watch us, which is a weird thought, but that was my thought. I was like, why don't we have a YouTube channel? And then the idea was, well, we could look for inspiration from different things, and you could do a thrifted version on one end of the country, and then I would do a thrifted version on the other end of the country, and so the wheels started turning. And
yes, and once the wheels start turning, there's no brakes at that point. I don't think we have brakes. So the wheels started turning, and everything started going. And then the tricky part was that, you know, because COVID, Charmaine's thrift stores were closed. A few of mine were open, but still, it's not a time you just want to go out wandering just for the sake of being out. And so we debated how to do our first sort of photo inspiration outfit challenge kind of thing. And we decided to just find some inspiration and do outfits from our closets. We sat down on Google Meet and just started Googling photos and looking up things and trying to find some great photos, and thought it would be hilarious for our first inspiration photo to be another set of twins, because in case you haven't guessed, we are identical twins.
Shocker.
Yeah. We actually started with the Olsen twins, God bless them, and their outfits are fabulous and they have a great sense of their own style, but we just didn't want to do black and gray and black. So then Charmaine found
there seemed like there was a few pieces of, I shouldn't say, there was a few things of color here and there, but then they seemed to be like, you know, Met Gala, which was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to recreate a look for the Met Ball or whatever it's called from my own closet. I think that might be overextending just a smidge.
Yeah, I mean,
as
much as dressing up can make COVID days and the whole Groundhog Day experience more exciting,
sure,
I don't think we can go that far.
Quite to that level, yeah.
So then we found the Kwan sisters. You found them, right?
I did, and I'm so glad I did, because now I follow both of them on Instagram, and I just, other than even their fashion sense, I just seem to think they seem to be really great, interesting people. And I don't know if you know this, but now they're also eyewear designers, so we are both in trouble.
Oh, this is bad.
This could end badly.
I'm going to pretend you didn't say that. I'm going to pretend you didn't say that. And
do yourself a favor and don't look. But anyway, back on track. I found the Kwan sisters, Cipriana Kwan and TK Wonder, and I was like, okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Now we're in business.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah. We had what, 6?
And then it was a matter of, there were so many options, and it was just a matter of, okay, which picture do we choose?
Yeah, we had 6 photos right away of different outfits from them. I can't even talk. Mm-hmm. We started out with a half a dozen photos, and we just sort of narrowed them down into what we thought, what outfits we liked the best. And I'll pop up a photo of the one that we started with. And so initially it was sort of like, okay, well, maybe you can pick one outfit and recreate, and I'll pick one outfit and recreate. But that's not how it ended up happening.
Mm-hmm.
So we both.
It ended up with both of us recreating both.
Yeah, because they're just so good.
In a couple of different versions, actually.
Yeah.
So from one picture with 2 outfits, we both did
4 outfits each.
5, 6, 4, like 4. At least 4.
Yeah, 4 each for sure. And we found combinations of our own stuff that we hadn't put together before, which is really the most interesting part of looking for inspiration from another person, is trying to do things you wouldn't normally do. The funny thing, one of the funny things in looking at the photo, Charmaine and I have debated whether the maxi skirt on the right in the photo, and I'm sorry to have to say it that way because I don't know which sister's on the right in the photo. That's terrible. I should probably find out. But we debated whether the skirt was red or orange. For Charmaine, it totally read orange. She was like all in looking for orange things. I was looking for red things. I didn't even see orange. It's like the blue and gold internet dress all over again. Yeah. Shouldn't bring that up. But so that was kind of funny. The other difference we noticed was that I was looking for jackets that had more interest and shapes, like in the sleeve, like sort of bell sleeves or puff sleeves or things like that. I was looking for those sorts of things. And you were looking in your closet for jackets that had, and this is for the other outfit, by the way, you were looking for jackets.
Shape. Yeah, the shape in the front, like the way it's sort of open, almost like that. I want to say like sort of swing trapeze shape, but it's only in the opening, not sort of in the whole thing.
Yeah.
That was what I went for, which again, that's what kind of made the whole thing interesting is I don't feel like anything that you picked or I picked really looked that similar.
No. So we'll put up the photo of your first outfit, which was, I'm just making sure I have all my ducks in a row here. So your first outfit, which one did you want to talk about first?
Whichever one you happen to open up first is okay by me. You just let me know.
So I think the first one we have is with the jacket that you turned around. Tell everyone about your jacket trick.
Okay, so that, yeah. And now I always get myself messed up because that jacket, so the way I wore that jacket in that picture with the black maxi skirt is the way that jacket is meant to be worn. So that to me, with those buttons in the front and that slight opening, the way it opens and has that shape to reveal the t-shirt underneath, which was just a plain t-shirt with a slight texture to it. So it had a little bit more interest, and then just that black maxi skirt. That way is the way that jacket is supposed to be worn. That's when I bought it. That's how it was supposed to be. But I don't usually wear it that way. It's a really light jacket. It's a light fabric. Because I love jewelry so much, I usually wear that jacket the other way around. So those buttons in that shape are in the back, and then it's just a plain front, so I can wear like a long necklace, because for some reason in my head that jacket needs a long necklace. That's just the way I've always worn it.
Works for your iris necklace moments.
Exactly. Now my iris necklace moments would be like 3, 4. No, those.
Well, yeah, but that jacket fits in with that whole idea.
With that vibe.
Yeah.
So this is the first time that I have put that jacket on the right way around.
Oh, that's hilarious. Because I was thinking...
So for me, it's backwards. Yeah. But technically, it's right.
That's funny, because I was thinking it was backwards, too, because I had mixed up the way that you explained that to me, even. And so for the second outfit, based on that same idea, you change the jacket and the t-shirt, but the skirt is the same? Because you're saying this is your favorite...
Yeah, the skirt is the same. So that black maxi skirt, I think I bought that maxi skirt probably at the Salvation Army, I would say maybe 3 years ago. And if we were to try and work out the cost per wear, I'm probably down to a penny, which doesn't even exist anymore, but I probably am down to a penny.
Yeah, you have to start paying it money now when you wear it. You have to start paying it money now when you wear it. Like, put money in the maxi skirt jar.
I owe it money. I've worn it summer, winter. But yes, so for the second version, I just changed the skirt. I changed the t-shirt and the jacket. So for the second version for the t-shirt, it's just a really simple t-shirt. It just happens to have a slight little black pattern in it. Like, it's not really a polka dot, not quite a Dalmatian. It's just that sort of almost like a little splotchy sort of
but it still kind of reads as neutral from far away.
Yeah, it's not like a big print or anything.
No, it's not crazy.
That second jacket is, when I went for that second jacket, it wasn't in my initial plan at all, that second jacket, because it didn't have any of the sort of the shape, but it had the floral, so it had that kind of muted floral. So I thought I'd give it a shot, and I actually liked that one a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah, color wise, it absolutely works. Which of those two do you think is your favorite if you had to pick one?
The first one.
First one. I would agree with that actually, because the jacket is pretty cool in the first one. I mean,
Yeah,
both are really good. Like, this is nitpicking to pick one, but
I do really like that one. And the first one, I don't, and I wouldn't have, had it not been for this picture, I probably wouldn't have put it together that way, because proportionally, I wouldn't necessarily have thought that the way that jacket opens and comes out with that slight bit of volume would have made sense with more volume of a maxi skirt on the bottom. But I 100% think it works.
Yeah.
And would
totally
wear it just as it was.
Yeah. So second one is where we diverged on the orange versus red. That's where that debate came in, because you went straight for red maxi skirts, right?
No, you went red. I went orange.
Oh my gosh! See, I already forgot which color is which. Yeah, you went orange. I went red.
I went 100% orange, and I still look at that picture, and I still think it's orange. And I'm looking at it, going, "Where did you get?"
I know.
I mean, and what
And
you
it's
do with
hilarious
the red works.
It's hilarious because I love orange, but I didn't even look at that picture and think orange. So what did you do for the first one?
For the first one, for the orange, I did. And this one, I have two pieces actually that are the same, and I just changed the bottom. So this one, I kind of first one bottom, changed tops. Second one, kept tops, changed bottoms. So the first one that I did was a sort of a midi length skirt that, to me, looked the closest to the texture of the skirt in the picture, because it had that bit of a sheen to it. So that sort of like almost sort of structured satiny kind of vibe. So that was the one I went with first.
This to me is the dressier of the two, I think, just because of that the sheen in the skirt, kind of.
Totally. And just a black t-shirt and a vintage Michael Kors blazer, double-breasted blazer.
Nice.
That had a really, really good shape. Like that blazer, things revolve in my closet a lot. That blazer's probably not doing any revolving. It's here for the long haul.
Not doing any revolving. Isn't that funny? Because things revolve in my closet too, and I don't think we should talk about that. Like put a pin in that, as they say, for another video. Because whenever you see those threads on Facebook or different groups, and maybe we can talk sometime about some of the groups and stuff that we like, about people saying, "What's the oldest thing in your closet?" And people have had things for 20 years. I'm like, I'm lucky if there are things in my closet that I've had for 20 months. Like things might last 6 months, 10 months, a year, and then they go out and more things comes in. There are some things, yes, that I have kept for a while, but things are always like,
there are certain things that I know are never going to go anywhere. But then yes, there's lots of other things that come in, come out, come in, come out. Yeah. I still have, and I was going to send you this recently actually. I still have our high school sweater. I don't want to fit. Yeah, 1997.
That does not surprise me. I do not.
I do. I still have it.
But in fairness,
you can't necessarily read the signatures much on the back anymore. Yeah. Like people that we went to high school with might recognize their own signature, like maybe with a magnifying glass.
In fairness, the sentimentality of those things is not lost on me. Some of those things might still be somewhere, belong to me. Like they might be in mom and dad's house. But sometimes when you move from like one side of Canada to like way on the other side, you can't take all.
You gotta make a choice.
So just saying, like, nobody be offended that I didn't like pitch the high school sweater. It just sometimes it's priorities and stuff. Okay, so your next outfit, you kept the blazer and the t-shirt.
Kept the blazer and the t-shirt. One of these, it's a V-neck t-shirt, so one of them, but it has no tags, so I can just do it either way. So one of them, and I don't know why am I doing all these things backwards, but anyway, it worked. One of those outfits, I just turned the t-shirt around to see which neckline I like better with the blazer.
Yeah.
It's a very short V-neck, so I feel like either neckline would work. But the second one, again, it was just an orange maxi skirt, but it's just a more casual version because it's a lighter, just sort of really flowy cotton sort of maxi skirt. Yeah. So still same vibe, same idea. Mm-hmm. It's just a little more casual that way.
Yeah.
But same t-shirt, same blazer. And same shoes. I did the same shoes for everything.
I didn't do a lot with shoes when I was trying these things on. And so Charmaine and I have talked about when going forward in terms of videos like this, we know it's a little more interesting to do an actual video try on and be able to move around a bit in the clothes and things. But we filmed this, like we said, during, COVID, and it was still kind of winter. There was some ugly, gross looking dirty snow outside for me, and it was snowing outside for her. Like, so there were some circumstances that made it less than exciting to get outside and film, you know, a try on and interesting surroundings. But we get it that that's more interesting, and so that's totally something that we'll do. But so that's what I was going to say is I didn't really put a ton of thought into the shoes for mine because I was in my closet. I think I tried different shoes on and just mainly went with black boots for most things because I had winter on the brain. But so the funny thing again, there's a lot of funny things. I probably said that 1,000 times already. Is the first outfit you went straight for maxi skirts, and for some reason I was stuck on really wide leg pants that can read as a skirt, just depending on how you're standing or whatever. And so the first thing that I chose was these red, sort of a rusty colored red pants from Free People. They have suspenders, but I just put a shirt over the suspenders. So I have this sleeveless black shirt with the fringe on the bottom and then a black faux leather jacket. And I picked this jacket because it has kind of the puff sleeve, a little bit of volume in the sleeve, a little bit of interest where it has some ruching or ribbing and stuff at the cuffs. And so I just went for black on top because I knew, sorry, I should say that. I went for interest and details on top in the sleeves and stuff because I knew I didn't have a jacket that would have the color, like the green or anything. And I didn't have one that had any kind of structure like the one in the picture. So I went for the wide leg silhouette in the bottom and then just looked for jackets with interesting sleeves. And so I hadn't put these things together. I do like how it turned out. I mean, it's just black and red. It's super simple, but I don't know why I hadn't combined these things before. Super comfortable too. I could wear that anywhere.
True.
The second one, it's funny. I think I was nitpicking it when I looked at this and said that I wasn't sold on the yellow and yellow up top because they're not different enough for it to be obvious that I didn't want them to match, and they're not close enough for them to actually be the same. So it looks like I tried to match them, but I didn't. And I don't really ever try to match anything. Like I'm wearing 2 different tones of yellow and pink pants, so matching is not really my concern. But anyway,
right.
for the purposes of this, it totally worked. And so the reason I tried this jacket is because it's sort of gathered right here at the elbow and then has a bell sleeve. And so it does have a floral, but again, the colors are different and it just has some interest in the sleeve. And I did the same thing in terms of wide leg pants because I didn't think I had anything black. I know I don't have a black maxi skirt, so I didn't have anything on the bottom that would totally fit. And I do like how both of these turned out. I'd wear either one. I think if I had to pick a favorite, I'd probably go for the red, the Free People pants. I think. What do you think?
I kind of like the yellow though.
Yeah.
I do love the Free People pants, but I think I like if I had to pick a favorite between those two, I think I'd lean towards the yellow. But that could be me not necessarily enjoying black up here. Don't know why. And as much as I like that blazer that I did in my own, and yes, I'm wearing a black blazer and a black t-shirt, black up by my face has never really been my favorite. So I might be looking at you thinking the same thing, even though it looks great. I lean towards the yellow if I had to pick one.
Yeah, totally fair. I think
how, of all things, for me not to choose wide leg pants.
I know, it's weird because you have 1,000.
Like the conversation we had earlier today.
How many pairs of wide leg pants do you own? That this is the question.
Oh Lord, we don't want to do that. No. We don't want to count.
No. But it's funny that you didn't think of that.
I know. Why didn't I think of that? Yeah. Anyway, on to your second.
Yeah, so for the second outfit, and this is again where I went red and you went orange. And the funny thing is, in initially looking at these outfits for inspiration, I was thinking, well, I know I have maxi skirts, but I don't have a red one. And then this fabulous one came up on Poshmark, so I ordered it and thought it was great. And so this is just a red tiered maxi skirt, and I have this kind of, I don't know, boyfriend blazer, I guess. It used to have like ruching in the sleeves that made them shorter, but I just did a little bit of Googling and researching and then found out that I could take out the thread that held the ruching together. And so now it's like a 3/4 sleeve blazer. And lovely. Under that, I have a Zara blouse that's kind of sheer with some lace details. And so, of course, I have a blank tank top under that because why not? Because, you know, I just black made more sense. I wasn't going to put anything else under the sheer blouse on the top. And so, again, it's like all black on the top and then the red skirt on the bottom. And that totally worked. And I guess the only reason I haven't put this together is because I just don't wear a lot of black very often. Like black I get people have to have black. Like there are times where black works with everything. Like that makes perfect sense. But I wouldn't generally have picked the black tank top, the black blouse, the black blazer. I don't know why I
Same.
wouldn't have done that. Yeah, I know. You're the same. And my second one totally works too, and that's like black and gray and lilac. These are not
Hmm.
crazy loud colors, but so for the second one for that, I went with this Wilfred maxi dress that I got on Poshmark. It's a great color. It's super comfy. It has lots of volume in the skirt, so it just reads like a maxi skirt here. And I have a sorry, I'm looking at the photo. That's why I'm looking over here. I added used the same blazer, and then I added a sleeveless, I think it's Gap or Banana Republic tank top that's kind of a little bit quilted, but it's not thick. So it's gray in the front, and then just has black trim on the sleeves and the waist. So I put that over the dress and then the blazer, and I think both of them work.
Hmm.
I like the purple. I like the red. I'd wear either one. It's just funny that I haven't put those combinations together before. I'd wear
Yeah.
all of them.
Same here.
And so I lost my train of thought. Speaking of no brakes and when the wheels start turning, that time the wheels started turning and they just left without me. Uh, we, I don't even know where they were going. I have no idea.
I do. I like the lilac in that one, which is strange for me because I'm also not a. It's weird. As much as I love color, I don't necessarily love pastels. Like pastels are not really my jam.
You're not an Easter
Like
egg color person.
I'm not an Easter color person,
No.
but I really like that lilac.
Yeah, no, it's super comfy, that dress. So that's the thing. All of these outfits, if you think of things right now that you want to wear and in lockdown, and or I don't know if lockdown is the right term, depending on where people are in the world. Some of us are moving out of it, and some of us are getting
And some people are
vaccinated.
moving right back in. Like it's
Yeah, I don't even know.
I've lost the plot. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah. Um, but if you think of things that you want to wear that are comfy, they feel good, they look good. None of those outfits were uncomfortable for me.
No,
You?
no, no.
No.
Same here.
It's just
Like
a
my ankles,
little.
had I gone outside in the first one for the orange and black, my ankles might have got a little bit chilly because it's Newfoundland. Although it did actually get double digits today, and by double digits I mean 11. But I'll take it.
We have snow
Like just
right now,
barely.
so
Ew.
yeah, I know it won't last long. Weather's weird. Yeah, but yeah, none of them were uncomfortable. So it's just a
No,
great
no.
way to I don't know, shake up your things a little bit and go, oh yeah,
Mhm.
I could have worn that with that.
Yep.
So do you think for our actually, I guess we should mention that we're going to film something else while we're sitting here together, and talk about some boxes of clothes that we exchanged and sent to each other. But then we could also
Yeah, like
mention,
Go Canada Post. They actually arrived on the almost opposite ends of the country on the exact same day. Like
yeah,
we
it's
both
pretty
got our
impressive.
packages on the same day. Like that was.
Pretty impressive. So
I don't know why that
what
made me
are
so happy, but it did.
what are some of the other things we've talked about doing? What are some of our other ideas?
Let's see. So we have talked about doing. We actually had an amazing suggestion about recreating an outfit from childhood.
Oh
which I-
God!
but it's
No.
so genius. I love it. I love it. It's such a good idea. We had another suggestion about recreating some men's looks, which I also think is
Oh,
genius.
fun!
Yeah, I think that also a great idea. Let's see. And we were talking about the things like when we go to the thrift stores,
Yeah.
things that we do look for, things that we don't look for,
Yeah. Things
things
to be
that we
mindful of. Things we
things to be mindful of,
Sure.
or at least do your best to be mindful of. Nobody is perfect. It's never,
No.
but like the little things that you
Yeah.
can at least try and keep in mind.
Yeah, and
I
the
would
last
never-
thing we want to do is get up on any sort of thrifting high horse and be like, don't do this, don't do that, do
Oh,
this,
Lord,
don't do
no.
that. Like that's not really the point. But it's like if you're interested and if you're curious, these are the things that I did in the beginning that now I look back and go, oh yeah, it would have made a lot more sense if I had done X instead of Y. That kind
Right.
of thing.
Yeah, because I think when we first started talking about this, I kind of was trying to do the math in my head, and I think I started, like I've always thrifted on and off, but I think I started thrifting. I'm not going to say 100% because you get everything. There are things that you're just going to have to buy new, and it's just how it happens.
Yeah.
But I think I started focusing on exhausting all thrifting possibilities first if I'm looking for something. I think it might have been 3 or 4 years ago now.
Yeah, it's been longer
Which is,
for you than for me. I would say if it's been 3 or 4 years for you, probably two-ish for me,
mhm.
maybe. I mean, there's not a huge difference, I think, but you have been doing it longer than I have for sure. And same thing with thrifting on and off, yes. But then trying to, if I'm looking for something specific, go that route first before I buy it new. Yeah, and having that be the primary way of shopping has been probably 2 years, and it's pretty cool. Like you can find some good stuff.
Oh, is it ever?
But we should probably say goodbye now, so that I don't have to edit us forever and ever. Or
Yeah, good plan.
and
Good
then
plan.
and then the people who have enjoyed our little chat will come back. I don't know. Well, for us, we're not going anywhere. We'll come back in 2 minutes after we end this.
They
But
can
the people
come back and watch us open up some boxes, some things that we sent each other. They can even come
Exactly.
back and just visit with Mr. Tibbs over here if they want to come back and say hi. He's not going to say hi.
No, but he'll make his way closer eventually.
He's sleepy.
Okay.
He's cat. Sleepy 24/7.
Yeah. Pandemic life. Who can blame him?
Fair.
We'd all like to be a cat right now.
Well,
All right.
I mean, you know.
It's a rough life. Okay. Thank
All
you,
right.
everyone.
Until next time.
Yes. Thank you for watching. Until next time.